Seemed to be some pretty good energy at practice today.
There was. I mean, anytime you come off a day off, usually they are better, and they're coming off a win as well. So good energy today, and we have to keep that going. We have a big game on Wednesday.
Is it exciting knowing that you're playing that team? It could be a 4-point swing. Does it feel like more than just game 60 something?
Sure it does, but I think every game from now on is going to feel like it's a must-win for us. I mean, that's the way it's going to be. There's a little bit extra because our next opponent is Vancouver, and they're one of our top two rivals, I would say. So there's always extra juice no matter what time of the year. But I do think it's the situation that we're in has made every game that much more important for us. So every game for us is being treated like a playoff game. We have to be in that situation because that's where we are right now.
You have to caution against making one of those head-to-head matchups sort of bigger than it is.
Honestly, we're not going to change a thing that we've done all year. We try to prepare our players for what they're going to see, what we expect the game to be like. But again, I go back to the 19 games that are left. Every game's going to be that way. So I don't look at it as it's a one game. Well, we got to win this game. I mean, we're going to be saying that for the next 19 games. So it's an everyday thing for us where we have to make sure we're at our best, and that's pretty much it.
You talked a lot about Dustin Wolf on Saturday, but what do you appreciate most about the mental makeup of a 23-year-old rookie goalie like he had?
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, every day is the same. I look at it sometimes as my kids a lot of times, what they're like, and I see them kind of at times go up and down. I don't think I've ever seen Dustin have a day where he's different. Like, it's the same way every morning he walks into the rink. Whether he has a great practice, not a great practice, he's the same after practice. He chirps guys on the ice, good day, bad day. He's the same every day. And I think that's what makes him a good young pro, and I think it's going to serve him really well as he moves forward.
How much did the games last year, do you think, help set him up for success this year?
Games with us, I think they gave him an idea of what the NHL shooters were like. I think it gave him an idea of how two top goaltenders prepare and practice and get themselves ready for games. That stuff is so valuable. So, everybody's in a hurry to get good prospects to the NHL. But he did some great things preparing himself for this situation by spending as much time in the American League as he did. He was the best goalie down there by far, and he just didn't do it once or twice. It was every night he was the same, so he learned consistency there too. But getting a little bit of familiarity with how things are done up at this level, I think, is really valuable. And that's why you don't like to rush players. Bring them up a little bits at a time so they get a handle on what it's going to look like and what is expected of them.
Ryan, do you feel the players feeding off that laid-backness, California cool type of vibe during games?
No, I just feel they have confidence in both of our guys. Should there be a mistake made on the ice, that they're probably going to get bailed out. That's the biggest thing for me, is our guys know that 99 times out of 100 they're going to get the save they need.
You want to go above 500, ideally.
From now on in?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So what are the details that are going to allow you to get there?
Our game. I mean, we have to play a certain style. I mean, the first two periods against Montreal, it's not a lot of high-event hockey that's going on, but there's not a lot of room on the ice. We have to do a good job with our checking details, and we have to make sure we work harder than our opponent every night. That's a big thing for us.
Race for the final playoff spot between the Flames and the Canucks. Now it might be a 4 or 5 horse race. Understanding things will continue to ramp up. Does it almost feel like you're playing playoff hockey right now?
I feel like we have been for a few months. I mean, that's where we're at. That's the stage we're at. Every game, every point matters for our team, and I think having been in so many close games or tight kind of playoff type games, I like it because I feel like our players have a comfort playing in these type of games. So it's just a matter of going out there and bringing our best.
And is the style that your team is playing, do you think that would translate well to the playoffs if you got there?
Hard teams to play against are difficult opponents all the time. If there's a lot of room on the ice, some of the better players enjoy that. Your better players typically get frustrated when there is no room and someone's always in their face. So I think our guys have a pretty good understanding of how we need to play to be successful, and myself personally, I feel that does translate to that time of year.
Ryan, I remember
back at the start of the year, Jonathan Huberdeau talked lots about sort of being on the penalty kill and feeling more involved that way. Do you think we're seeing the same thing with Farabee a little bit? Like, do you think that added piece has made a difference for him?
Maybe. Just like any workplace, every player wants to feel valued, and I think when they do, you get a better version of that person. I mean, I think that goes without saying, and whether that's a role that he'll continue to take on for us, we're expecting him to. I also think there's power play that's going to come to play for him as well, but I think he's playing his best hockey since he's come over in the trade now, because he's feeling like, I am a valued guy, and we're seeing his best hockey, as we've talked about before.
Is that one of the biggest challenges for a coach, is making 23 guys feel valued?
Yeah, because there's usually, any given day, there's someone that's a little bit unhappy about something, and right or wrong, that's human nature. Whether I didn't get the ice time I wanted the night before, I might be a little grumbly about it the next day. But what I like about our team is they have such a good group that if someone starts feeling not too good about themselves, they get brought back in right away. And that credit goes to a lot of our older players or our 6 leaders, 7. I throw Ryan Lomberg in that mix as well.